Hi, I am really trying to start a conversation and hopefully it can go further than myself. It's mainly right now about prescription drugs. Why it is because I got in the utmost craziest conversation, and not that I didn't put myself in it, but because I worked in a pharmacy for 10 years and I wasn't aware of what somebody had, I ended up holding something from them. And I realized that the hallucinogenic that they found, that I just showed up somewhere and there was there, and the hallucinogenic that was found, they wanted to arrest somebody for. And I started to think, like, you know, finally, being, I've worked in pharmacy 10 years. I did pharmacy work 10 years. So I found out during that time that every drug that's on our street is synthetically owned by our government. Like, we make a big deal about weed, but Marinol for cancer patients has been in a pill form forever. So why are we fighting for something that they decide can heal? Half the people put their kids on ADHD medication or taking ADHD medications. It's schizophrenia, depression, diabetes, like, oh, your heart. There's a little bit of everything to it, right? So the FDA owns all this. Why are there people that are on the streets selling the same drug, just in the things that they use to combine it are going to be a little different? And the FDA gets paid by who to run? The FDA gets to hold all those drugs, but yet we have people in prison the rest of their lives for selling those same drugs, when drugs is actually a choice to take. A choice of your lifestyle, a choice of how you can mentally accept pain. And I'll say that because 2013, I lost half of my school. I don't know if you can see a scar. It starts right here, goes down here. Well, they put a biomedic plate in my head on a morphine drip. In the hospital, the first 2 days, well, the third day, they wanted to switch me to Vicodin. And when they did that, they gave me a lot of ice, but the hospital was so busy, they could not see me on a regular basis, but to hand me ice because they still needed the authorization to release me more pain medication. And I released the whole time, even on the morphine drip. I was never out of pain. So I checked out 3 days early, and I had to sign a bunch of waivers, but I left that hospital looking like a hunchback of Notre Dame. My head was swollen here, and I left with ice. I sat on my couch for like 3 weeks after the surgery, but you know what? I realized the ice was the ultimate healer to it all, and it's natural. Now, I guess my biggest thing is, when you think about the prescription drugs and how mentally it affects us and how we affect ourselves mentally with it, and I think about how many people are sitting in a prison because of a government relation who owns those drugs synthetically, and I think are more upset because they're scared how they're going to lose the money on it if insurance isn't paying and the government is not paying for the funding, or to have an access to pay for the funding. So, I would also like to bring out the big point. If there's people in there for drugs, why do we just have a database for pedophiles? Megan's Law. Why? There's got to be a reason why we can't persecute pedophiles, but we can persecute people who do drugs. When drugs are overdosed in prescription form, they're overdosed in street form, and with all in all, honesty and truth, it's our choices to take them. How we function, how we live our life. Any comments? Anything? That'd be wonderful. Thank you.